before. And in Petersburg, the situation with food is still tense. People have stopped counting on the government and have started looking for solutions themselves. The proverb comes about, a naked person comes up with the cleverest ideas. It seemed very strange recently to hear the calls of roosters waking people up in the middle of the city recently, but now people are turning their balconies of their apartment buildings into small chicken coops. Some even have other animals in their apartments, but many people have started raising chickens and roosters in order to make it through the winter. It is said that ancient Rome was saved by geese, and we have hopes that roosters and chickens will come as humanitarian aid here. Maybe they will save St. Petersburg. Maybe they will. Not too long ago, the news from Dnepropetrovsk would have sounded sensational, but today it's a little bit different, but is still surprising. People have stopped demanding of the government immediate increases in the market funds for purchasing automobiles. On the contrary, there is a glut of cars. Why, we cannot yet say, because of the great increases in prices. We have no answers to the questions yet, so we present only the facts. There are enough enough cars of 3 different models to see as far as the eye can see. This is the public stock company Horti Salada, which accepts and stores these automobiles. They've received as many in January as they usually receive an entire year. What do you think? Will people buy these cars? I can't tell you. I personally would not pay so much for these cars. I don't know if other people will. The price is from 130,000 to 200,000 prices, which is not funny. Many people will have to go without buying cars. But the Zaporozhye steel factory has direct contracts. However, the steel producers for automobile steel have increased their prices 10 times, so they can't be offended by the increases in automobile prices too much. Last night, there was a battle in Nagorno-Karabakh. Armenian troops attacked the Azerbaijani village of Malabeli in Shusi region. 1 person was seriously wounded and 4 homes were destroyed. In Karpansk region of Armenia, troops fired on the outlying towns of the Zangelansk and Taovsk regions of Azerbaijan. Azerbaijani army units undertook this morning their 3rd attack in 4 days to seize the city of Khramort in Nagorno-Karabakh. This town, which was burned on January 31st, was attacked by 6 army units and a marine company. The Armenian self-defense forces resisted. We have no information on casualties yet. This morning, the border towns of Askeransk region were attacked. Casualties are reported. Tbilisi. During yesterday's conflict between the supporters of Gamsahurdia with the law enforcement officials, 35 people were wounded, 2 of them mortally, 5 are in critical condition, and the others are wounded to varying degrees. In Yuzhnaya Ossetia, there was no armed conflict reported in the last 24 hours. Only in outlying village of Gori region, automatic weapons fire was heard. This is the area where Gamsahurdi's supporters are located. There's no information on casualties. The situation in Tataria. The Kurultai, similar to the Congress of People's Deputies, is taking steps toward creating an alternative system of government. The People's Deputies group called Accord in the Supreme Soviet of Tatarstan at today's session proposed to declare this group called Mele Mijlis. Their attempt to take power was declared a coup d'etat. The decisions of the Kurultai were declared to be in violation of the constitution and laws of Tatarstan. President Shamiev said that the situation in the republic was calm, but promised to prevent the Mejlis group from creating parallel government structures. In June, there will be a Tatar peace conference to try to ensure peace. A decree was adopted to regulate the acts of public organizations in the republic, providing penalties for interference in the operation of government agencies. This has all forced the organizing committee of the Kurultai to make significant concessions to the Soviet power. They had planned earlier simply to disperse the parliament. The Meli Mejlis president Tolgat Abdulin says that the goal of their organization is not to overthrow, but simply to raise the standard of living in the republic and observe people's rights. This first Kurultai had declared Tatarstan independent. Does this mean that the republic will secede economically from Russia? President Shamiev answered this shortly before the Kurultai. It's impossible. Our history has shown that with the liberalization of prices, which began in Russia, this influenced, perhaps several days later, all the states of the Commonwealth. No one today of the republics of the former Soviet Union can independently and alone can get out of this deep crisis. We are so integrated that this is not within the ability of anyone. We are in favor of a unified economic space, including monetary funds, customs, and everything that is needed to preserve a unified economic space. We want this to be active and to function in the interests of all the republics. Several days ago, there was a declaration by German Chancellor Helmut Kohl about his country suspending assistance to the CIS if armed forces in the republics are increased. However, today, the German economic Minister Mladen arrived in Moscow for discussions with Russia, Kazakhstan, Ukrainian leaders, discussing a new area of cooperation between Germany and the CIS countries. Today, there was a discussion between the first Deputy Prime Minister of Russia, Yegor Gaidar, with Jürgen Mladen. It is no coincidence that the first German minister to visit the fallen Soviet Union was the economic minister. Germany is our biggest economic partner and creditor. Germany is giving us the greatest help at the moment, and the maintenance and creation of stable economic relations was the goal of this meeting. There is a Russian-German Economic Council being formed, which will meet February 18th in Bonn. The German side does not conceal the importance of economic relations with Russia and the other CIS countries for providing former East Germany with goods and services, specifically gas deliveries to Germany. The Reuters news agency reports that in Istanbul today there was a meeting of the Black Sea nations, Turkey, Bulgaria, Moldova, Romania, Ukraine, Russia, Armenia, Azerbaijan. The nations intend to form agreements on cooperation in the Black Sea Basin. However, internal conflicts among the former Soviet republics could create an extremely dangerous situation in this region. Turkey is very interested in cooperation with the former Soviet republics around the Black Sea. This is already becoming a reality in the form of bilateral relations with the republics, especially Azerbaijan, where there are various economic projects and cultural exchange projects. Baku is also interested in cooperation, according to an advisor to President Mutalibov, but more thoroughly, including resolving the conflict in Karabakh and Turkish assistance in creating an Azerbaijani army. But the Turkish representatives to the meeting are looking further. They are looking for increased Western investment in the countries of the Caucasus and the Central Asian countries, and they see Turkey playing a key role in access to these areas. Iran is also interested in relations with the former Soviet republics, especially Azerbaijan, and Turkey and Iran are already in a real battle for influence over the former Soviet republics. Turkish government representatives believe they have the advantage because Turkey presents a more modern and civilized model of Islamic society. Some people in Turkey have given into euphoria about the new role of Turkey in the area. The Yalta Tourist Bureau has received tourist maps from passengers on tourist ships, which show the Transcaucasus, parts of Ukraine, Crimea, and Kherson region as Turkish territory. And if this reaches the high levels of Turkish government, it will not promote good relations with the former Soviet republics. In Davos, there is a meeting continuing between 7 representatives of former Soviet republics, Ukraine, Belarus, Moldova, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan at the World Economic Forum. Most notable today was the speech by Kazakh President Nursultan Nazarbayev. He supports increased economic ties among the former Soviet republics. He believes that economic development is difficult if there is no unified policy between and among the former Soviet republics. But Nazarbayev believes that there are not